Hit me up and said, you know what I'm saying, you wanted to kind of like express a lot of shit, get a lot of shit that's been cooped up your whole entire life, you know. So we got some traumas to unfold, I guess. Should I say that?
Yeah,
Uh,
it can be something like a trauma. I would call it a trauma. You know what I'm saying? Because it still affects me. Like sometimes you push shit to the back of your head. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And you be like, whatever, that don't bother me no more. But it's like every time you kind of see these same people, it resurfaces, and you find yourself being a different kind of way
mm-hmm.
because of that. If that
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure,
So
for
you
sure.
be like, yeah, no, maybe I'm not over it. And some of my friends be like, you are not over that shit. And I'm like, yes, I am. They be like, no, you're not. And then I'll be crying about it like 2 weeks later, So
So
it's something like that.
we gonna start from the beginning. We gonna start where it all started because we got to go to the root. And
Facts.
so give us a little detail about your childhood and how you grew up, you know what I'm saying?
I do just want to say, like, the reason that I wanted to have this particular conversation was because I think it was last week when you had your male friend that was on, and he just like kind of started talking about like his upbringing and like how things
Oh,
kind of affected him.
Jarrell.
Jarrell, right?
Yeah.
So when I was listening to him, I had a lot of questions when he was talking. So like when
Mhm.
I was listening to him, it was like, damn, that shit really does like affect you. And I kind of like saw it on his face. And then on
Yeah.
top of that, the lady you just had screams, the one you just had 2 days ago, she was saying she was a middle child, and I'm like, fuck. So with that being said, for starters, I am the middle child.
Mhm.
In case y'all don't know, your girl from the H, you did. Um, so I have one older sister
Thank you for that follow.
and Swisher. Hey, I have one older sister and then I have one younger sister.
Okay.
So I am the middle child when it comes down to my mom. Mom was like a single parent pretty much for most of our upbringing. We're all different dads. All
Mhm.
three of us have different dads, you know what I mean? So my dad was like in and out of my life in its entirety. Like his butt in jail. He had like a real bad like drug thing going on too. He was abusive towards my mom, you know what I mean? Like little stuff like that. So my mom ultimately hated him. um like I said, single parent, she worked really hard. Like we barely had anything. Like we was eating like peas for dinner, you know what I'm saying, bowls of peas. Like, she didn't have much, but she worked her ass off. Now she like 6 figures, very successful, you know what I'm saying, but she worked a lot.
Mhm.
um so that's pretty much like background. So for the most part, it was just me and my older sister before my younger sister was born, of course. It was just me and my older sister in the house. She was the one babysitting, even though she really didn't fool with me. Me and her are 4 years apart. And for
Mhm.
y'all who don't know, I'm 33. If that kind of helps. 33. My older sister is now 38. And then my younger sister right now, she just turned 25, 20. She's about to turn 26.
Mhm.
Um, so I guess I could say that I kind of clung to my older sister because it was just me and her. Like we were like in the hood, like fighting every day, like, you know what I'm saying? And my mom was like really like, kind of absent. So
So where was
that's
their
pretty much
father?
my background.
Where was their fathers? Like, what was that dynamic? Uh,
Nobody.
okay, so you didn't see like different men coming in and out of the house?
No, it wasn't anything like that.
Mm.
Like pretty much my mom met my younger sister's dad, and he was like the savior. Like he made more money, he was like very successful. So she moved us out of the hood. She married him, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And that's kind of just how it started from there, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Yeah, moved us out of the hood and we got to where the fuck we were.
And you was in where?
So you said what now?
You was in Atlanta, you said?
No, Houston. I'm from
Houston,
Houston.
Houston, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Atlanta is like part of the story. Something happened in Atlanta.
Okay, that
Something
was it.
happened
Something
in
happened in
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Right.
so now at this age, you're what, 5, 6?
Oh, let me see. We were born out there, and we moved out of the hood and probably like I could have been like 8 or 9 years old.
Okay. So how was that? How was your life from 0 to 8? What was what was the dynamic
It
like?
was honestly, it was actually okay. It wasn't terrible. Like, me and my older sister, we kind of ran, I mean, at that young age, even though she's older than me, but like we kind of ran the hood. I ain't gonna lie. Like
Mm-hmm.
we were very popular, but like I said, we had a lot of females that hated us. We was like always fighting, like literally like hiding in the bushes. Like we would like crouch down in the bushes, like waiting on girls to pass by and we like pop out the bush and just start pop, 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 pop. like, you know what I'm saying, like fighting them, but it was fun because we were young. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like we was fighting our asses off. So 0 to 8, honestly, it wasn't that bad. I want to say probably around the age, like maybe like after 5th grade is when things just kind of started for me to kind of spiral out of control when my younger sister was born, when I actually became the middle child.
Okay.
Yeah, when I became the middle child. So I guess this is gonna be tough for me to talk about. Like it really, really is. But put it like this: around the time when I'm like in middle school, like around this time, like I said, my mom is actually doing better now. She's not with my younger sister's dad anymore. So, she started like dating guys. So that's when I kind of started seeing men, come in and out. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So she started dating a particular guy. Me and this guy, we bumped heads like crazy. I did not like him at all. And it got to the point to where like I would hear my mom talk to him in ways of calling me a ugly motherfucker. Like I would hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like she'd be having conversations with me. She's
Okay,
like,
so wait,
I
wait.
bet you
Let's go.
wish
Let's
that.
go. Let's go back because I want a little bit more context to this. So, okay, so at this point in time, you the your younger sister, her dad had left, and he was a good guy, so he had left.
Let me elaborate on that. When I say a good guy, I mean he was just better than putting hands on everybody, but it was still they got a divorce. They were separated at that time. They ended up getting separated. My mom moved us the fuck out of that house and she got a little 2-bedroom apartment. Me and my older sister shared the big bedroom, the master bedroom. My mama took the smaller bedroom with my younger sister at that time. They were
So,
like going through battle back and forth,
what
back and
was your
forth.
relationship with your mom like at that time? Was she
My mom and I didn't have a relationship.
see like you're missing all these things out? So now, from 0 to 8 years old, you didn't really have a relationship with your mom. So your older sister was more of your mom to you.
She was more of my mom, but for some reason it kind of seemed like my mom was very connected more with my older sister than she has ever been with me even to this day. So I don't know why they were so close. I don't know what it was. Maybe like I always looked at my older sister as being better than me, prettier than me, more successful than me, better in school than I was. Like it was just it kind of seemed like more or less like I guess a competition. Like competition for mom's attention, but my older sister always won.
And
You know,
so
you know what I mean?
you felt this way very young.
Very young. I
So
did.
you felt kind of more of like the outcast.
Always. I still feel like the outcast right now.
Okay. I just want to dig into the young, like because remember, this is when you're growing up, all these are experiences that you are thinking are normal, right?
Right.
So you felt like the outcast. So when when your new sister came, the younger one, did she get treated any different?
Well, she was the daughter of the successful guy, the one that had the money.
Okay.
So ultimately, she was very much so catered to. Like whatever the hell she did, and my youngest, I'm gonna start using names. Her name is Helene.
Yeah.
Anything that she did, she got the pass. I mean, she was oh my gosh, she was like the devil walking around that house, running that house like she was the devil. She was so fucking bad. But if you tried to tell, them something about her, it was just like, no, she didn't do that. Not my baby, not mommy's little angel. She didn't do that. Not, something. It was that type of relationship
So
when it came down to
so your
her.
mom was giving love to the sisters, but the sister in the middle, which was you wasn't getting any love. And I know you notice you mentioned your mom had it was all different fathers. Do you think it stemmed from your father?
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. Like I was born, I don't think you guys can see it, but there's like a scar right here on my lip.
Mm-hmm.
I was born with this scar on my lip literally because when I guess my mom, according to my mom's story, when she was pregnant with me, my dad had a ring on his finger, he backslapped her and split her lip open, and she said she just like stood there with tears running down her face and just let the blood like drip down her white shirt, like real, dramatic. So me and her have identical stars, what I'm saying? I was born with this right here. Um,
So
so
this and then
absolutely, she had a lot of resentments
your
for my
mom
dad.
shared that story with you.
She shared that story with me. She also told me when I was a baby that she couldn't hold me. She would not hold me. She would literally just like put me in a corner of a couch And it is kind of crazy that she would tell me something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she said she would just put me in a corner of a couch, and I would just like be a baby, just like looking up, smiling, you know what I'm saying? And she said her response was like, "Yeah, you little ugly motherfucker, just sit there and smile." Like she couldn't touch me, she couldn't bring herself to actually physically pick me up and make that bond. That's what she said. She thought I was an ugly ass baby. And it was crazy from that particular store. I remember one day she sent me into a store. I know I'm kind of skipping, but I just want to put this out as an example. Like one day she sent me into a store, and on my way out the store, she was in the car. On the way out the store, she looked at me. I got into the car and she was like, "You know what? You are actually pretty." And I was like, "Okay." And I said, "Did you think I was ugly or something?" And she just got quiet. She didn't say nothing. She just started the car and like kept it moving.
And so, like, your mom didn't have no like drug related issues, no trauma, no nothing like that in that sense.
Mm-mm. My
So she,
mom was always been straight.
all right, and so you're experiencing this up until now. Boom. You're what, 8? You move. You said you move out the hood, and now she starts dating guys.
Right, right. Well, we moved out the hood. She was married to my younger sister's dad.
Okay,
That's how we got out
after
the hood.
yeah, okay, after her and that guy. So you're and also you're experiencing their breakup, and you're saying he's not sleeping in the same bed and all in the same house. But
Same house. They're still in the master bedroom. I didn't even know that they were having problems. I had no
okay,
idea that they were having problems. But I was still like just kind of in the shadows. I would say about fifth grade is when I started lashing out. Like I was literally like fifth grade, like a fifth grader skipping school. Like I'm skipping school. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm literally like hiding. One of my best friends, her name was Ashley back then. Like me and her, like we close, 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 close. Like I'm always like fucking with her. When I tell you, I used to get a whooping like every single day at the fireplace, like in front of the fireplace of this big ass house. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just lashing out, like literally sneaking out of classes at fifth grade.
so
Like
this
I don't know if that was
is
me
this
screaming for
is this
attention.
is this before the breakup, or is this after the breakup?
This is probably now that I'm older now. I want to say this is probably around the time that they were getting to the point of separation.
Okay, okay. But as
But I
far
had
as
never heard them argue.
household wise, everything was kind of good. But you already, it's already established that you feel like the left out child, and you've been treated totally different your whole life.
Right, right. I started lashing out. It was just like I don't know. It was a thing, and I
Yeah,
promise
you
y'all, this
wanted
still wasn't
attention. You
fucking
wasn't
big.
getting the attention. You was young.
None, like none. And it's like my older sister. It basically, I want to say probably around this time, just guessing ages. My sister may have like just made 18, and at 18, you get to the point to where you can now go into a club legally.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember one day I was like sitting in my mom's room, my older sister and my older sister's friends at that time, they were getting dressed, you know what I'm saying? They were finna like go out to a club, and I was gonna stay at home and watch my baby sister, So they were finna go out to a club. And I didn't really realize, now I think about it, my younger sister's dad wasn't even in the house. So I guess they were having problems around that time anyway. So she was like, "You 18, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take you out to the club, me, you, your friends, her, my mom's friends and whatnot." They all did that shit like as a group. And of course I'm left at home, whatever. So they do that, and I think I kind of like held on to the fact of like when I turned 18, because my mom did it with my older sister, that she was gonna do it with me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's so that kind of like brings that excitement or whatever, but that didn't happen. It never happened. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, well, why does mom always want to be with her, but she never ever wants to be with me? Oh, I'm gonna cry, y'all. No, I'm not supposed to cry. I'm really like not supposed to cry.
No,
Um,
again, I just want you to, you talk it out. You got to talk it out, because a lot of things is gonna be coming back to your memory as you talk about these things. You get what I'm trying to say?